Hello and welcome to another Arty Chats. This time I'll be looking at my picture The Wild Wood, and this comes from a very big project I undertook between 2013 and 2015 and it's called All That Remains. It was a story book which I published with fully illustrated in black and white in a paperback, and then later I turned it into a great big hardback book with all of the pictures that you just saw on the lawn put into it, fully colour illustrated book there. It's a really large set of 16 canvases, each of them A3 size, each one showing a story from the book, and the doorways on each of the canvases here around the edge are to give the impression that each story links into the next story like rooms in a house. It is called All That Remains, Children's Stories for Adults, and they're salutary tales like fables, I suppose, lessons for adults, written in a light-hearted way but with very serious themes showing the foibles and the failures of the human race. It sold very well at the charity I worked at, and so I'm very proud of the book, and I'm very proud of the set of paintings. It was originally inspired by a doom painting that I saw in a church in France. Great big paintings of heaven and hell and everything in between. I like the central figures with all of the angels and all of the devils lined up either side, so the format I thought was enormous and great, really impressive, so I thought I'd like to do that and break it down into little parts. It turned into a storybook, and now here we are looking at one of my favourite pictures from it. It's actually the final story in the book, called The Wild Wood. Here it is. And the Wildwood in my story is a fairy tale land that children and imaginative adults go to in their dreams, in their playtime, when they make believe they go to this land, and it's populated with fairy tales and film characters. All the favourite things in their mind populate this land. It's built out of good thought. I suppose it's like an allegory of a heaven. It's not full of angels, although it can be if that's your thing that you're into, but it's mostly fairy tales, and so I painted my own personal version of what it would be with all my favourite things in. There are difficult things in there as well. There's slightly fearful things as well, but there's nothing evil. Starting with, of course, the troll from under the bridge in the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Absolutely terrified me when I was little. So I started with that. That's the actual figure from the Ladybird book. Then we have a Father Christmas here, who's a Christmas decoration from the 1970s. He's all spangly, like a disco Father Christmas. Me dressed as a clown, which unfortunately for everybody I do have a habit of doing. Anyway, a happy ball that I do have, had it for over a decade, and every day I bounce the happy ball. It's a superstition I have. Then we have a deep sea diving outfit, which is every boy's favourite Action Man outfit. Mine is broken. You can see tape over the corner here, so I painted exactly this. It's on my desk right now upstairs. My panda from when I was little, which previously belonged to my mum. My favourite toy when I was little, my Huggy Bear, went with me everywhere when I was little. And here is Hector, my favourite toy when I was little. I was given it as a baby and I had it all through my infanthood. There are very tiny details in here. It's very magical. There's a fairy on here. There's the walking city, which is a man with a city growing on his back walking in the background, which is just a little joke for me because that's another novel that I wrote, The Walking City. And behind it you can just see the outline of the Malvern Hills, which is my hometown. I also put here teacups with the numbers 2 and 3 on, my lucky number 23. And as a little in-joke again for me, there's a ship here which features in one of the other stories in All That Remains called The Fleet of the Rejects. That's sailing through this story. And then there's a skull and a tiny little plastic figure holding a gun, which is actually a Kojak detective from the TV show of the 1970s. I had that little figure along with the Kojak car. So you can see it's very random, full of lovely childhood things, and basically it is a wonderful melee of cheerful childhood images, all of these people getting together and having a picnic with Charlie Chaplin looking on, who is my favourite comedian. I think he's absolutely iconic and a force of complete good, innocence, positivity. I absolutely adore Charlie Chaplin. So all in all, this is a very cheerful picture and a great way to end the book. So here is The Wild Wood, a land of pure delight, pure make-believe. And here is Huggy Bear, here is Hector, and here is Panda. So goodbye from me for the moment. I'll see you again soon.